The screen glowed, a harsh white light. My stomach dropped. David's late hours had been a dull ache for months, but the hotel receipt, tucked under the car mat, felt like a knife twist. I found it this morning. It was a pristine white rectangle with a prominent date. Then I saw the photo, a blurry reflection in a polished mirror. His hand and a woman's, fingers intertwined. This wasn't a colleague. This wasn't a one-off. This was a story I hadn't written. I wanted to scream. I wanted to shatter the quiet suburban morning into 1,000 pieces. But all that came out was a tight-lipped, "More overtime, honey?" He shrugged. "You know how it is," he said. The words landed like a punch. I saw it then, not just an affair, but a carefully built second life, a house of cards I'd helped build with my blind trust. Emotional dependence had held me. Fear of being alone had deafened me to the blaring sirens. I felt like a fool, a supporting character in a drama I didn't even know existed. Later that week, David mentioned a work conference in Sacramento. "Big deal," he said. "Really crucial for my promotion." I nodded, faking interest. My mind raced. Sacramento, a new hotel, a new opportunity for Night Shift Pro. That night, I scrolled through his phone while he slept. A knot of dread tightened in my chest. Nothing incriminating on the surface. His work contacts were all generic names. No pictures, no company details. Too clean. The next day, I called his office. It was a casual check-in. "David's out of the office today," his assistant chirped. "He's on a special project, just local." Local? He'd explicitly said Sacramento. The lie hung in the air, thick. My heart pounded. This wasn't just about another woman. It was about the crumbling foundation of everything I believed. I had to know the truth, even if it meant tearing my world apart. I decided to follow him. Not a grand, dramatic confrontation. Not yet. Just observation. I booked a rental car, a nondescript silver sedan. I started learning his routine. He left for work at 7 a.m., always the same route, a straight shot down Main Street. I practiced shadowing him, keeping a few cars between us. The first few days were uneventful, just the usual commute to his office building. But then, on Tuesday, he veered off the familiar path. My stomach lurched. He drove for another 20 minutes through a quieter, tree-lined neighborhood. He finally pulled into the driveway of a charming, slightly neglected Victorian house. A woman emerged from the porch. She had a coffee cup in her hand. Her smile for him was easy and warm. She had kind eyes, I noted, a cascade of auburn hair. My breath hitched. This wasn't a one-night stand. This was a home. His home, it seemed, with another woman. I felt a cold dread, but also a strange clarity. This wasn't a fleeting indiscretion. It was a parallel life. The moral decision hit me hard. Do I confront him here, in front of this other woman, destroying both our lives in a public spectacle? Or do I gather more evidence, protect her from the initial blast, face him privately, risking his denial and manipulation? I knew then, with a chilling certainty, that I needed to protect her too. I would choose the harder path, the one that meant more silent suffering for me, but offered a chance for a cleaner break, for all of us. I needed to find out who she was, what her story was, before I brought David's two worlds crashing down. The thought of confronting him, of seeing his carefully constructed facade shatter, filled me with both terror and a fierce resolve. I spent the next week watching. The rental car became my second skin. I learned her routine. She was a librarian. Her name was Sarah. She had a daughter, maybe 8 years old, with bright red pigtails, who skipped to the school bus each morning. David sometimes walked her to the stop. He'd kiss Sarah goodbye on the porch, a domestic scene, calm and ordinary, that sliced through me. Each day, the pieces clicked into place, forming a picture of a life I recognized but was utterly outside of. One afternoon, I followed Sarah to the local library. I watched her through the glass front, shelving books, chatting with patrons. She seemed genuinely happy, a kind person. How could he do this to her, to us? The anger that had been a slow burn flared into a sharp pain. I felt a responsibility to her, a strange sisterhood in his deception. That evening, as David ate dinner at our kitchen table, talking about a challenging client meeting, I looked at him with new eyes. His lies tasted like ash in my mouth. I kept my face neutral. "Anything interesting happen today?" I asked, pushing a serving dish toward him. He looked up, chewing. "Just the usual grind," he said. He smiled. The audacity of it, the casual cruelty. I felt a sudden urge to smash the plate in front of him, but I held back. Not yet. I spent hours online. Public records, social media. Sarah's profile was public. Photos of her and her daughter, her and David, at a park, at a pumpkin patch. Pictures of a family. His family. A family I didn't know existed. I scrolled through them, each image a fresh wound. He was laughing in one, holding the little girl on his shoulders. A perfect, happy father. The depth of his deception was a canyon. The next morning, after he left, I opened his laptop. I found a hidden folder, Client Files 2023. Inside, instead of work documents, were more photos. His marriage certificate with Sarah, bank statements showing joint accounts, and a birth certificate. The daughter's name was Lily, Lily Davis. Not Smith, my last name, Davis, his last name. He had married her. This wasn't just an affair. He was a bigamist. My hands shook. The computer screen became a mirror, reflecting my stunned, pale face. This wasn't just a double life. It was two complete legal families. I printed everything. The certificates, the bank statements, the photos. A thick stack of undeniable truth. My breath came in ragged gasps. The silence in our house felt heavy, oppressive. I folded the papers neatly and placed them in a manila envelope. This was it. The evidence was irrefutable. When David came home that evening, he found me sitting at the kitchen table. The envelope was in front of me. He paused in the doorway. "Rough day?" he asked, trying for lighthearted. His eyes flickered to the envelope. My heart hammered. This was the moment, the final set piece. "Sit down, David," I said. My voice was calm, almost flat. He hesitated, then pulled out a chair. He sat across from me. "What's going on?" he asked. His casual tone had a slight edge of worry now. I pushed the envelope across the table. "I think you know," I said. He picked it up. His fingers fumbled with the flap. He opened it slowly. His eyes scanned the documents. His face drained of color. The color went out of his eyes, too. He looked like a statue. "Explain this," I said, my voice rising slightly. I pointed to the marriage certificate. "Explain Sarah. Explain Lily." He dropped the papers. They scattered across the table. He stared at me, his mouth open slightly. No words came out. His shoulders slumped. The casual cruelty was gone, replaced by a deep, hollow fear. The facade shattered, not with a bang, but with a whimper. I can explain," he stammered. His voice was a weak whisper. "Can you?" I asked. My voice was sharp now, cutting. "Can you explain two families, two lives, all these years?" He covered his face with his hands. "I never meant to hurt anyone," he mumbled into his palms. "But you did," I said. "You hurt everyone." The anger was a hot wave. "How could you do this?" He lowered his hands. His eyes were red. "It just happened," he said. "It got out of control." I stood up. My chair scraped backward. "Out of control?" I echoed. "You built two lives. You married two women. That's not out of control, David. That's a deliberate choice, over and over again." He tried to reach for my hand. I pulled away. "Don't touch me," I said. "What are you going to do?" he asked, his voice cracking. He looked truly afraid. "I'm going to tell Sarah," I said, "and then I'm going to divorce you." I watched his face crumple. It was a cold satisfaction, a sense of justice, finally. The next day, I went to Sarah's house. My hands were shaking as I knocked on the door. It took everything in me to stand there. Sarah opened it. She looked surprised to see me. "Can I help you?" she asked, her voice kind. "My name is Maria," I said. "I need to talk to you about David." Her smile faltered. Her eyes, those kind eyes, narrowed slightly. "David?" she asked. I held up the manila envelope. "Yes," I said. "I think you need to see this." We sat at her kitchen table. Her little girl, Lily, was watching TV in the living room. Sarah read through the documents. Her face went from confusion to disbelief to horror. Tears welled in her eyes. Her hands trembled. I told her everything. My story, the hotel receipt, the blurred photo, the Sacramento lie, my following him, the revelation. She listened in silence. He married me," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "He's Lily's father. This can't be real." "It is," I said gently. "I wish it wasn't." Her daughter called from the living room. "Mommy, can I have a snack?" Sarah looked toward the voice, then back at me. A deep pain settled over her features. We were two women, strangers, brought together by one man's betrayal. After a long conversation, she thanked me. Her voice was hoarse. She said she needed time to process, time to think about Lily. I told her I understood. I left her with a lawyer's card, a suggestion to check her own legal standing. We were both victims. 2 days later, David called me. His voice was a desperate plea. "Maria, please," he said, "don't do this. Don't tell everyone." "Everyone already knows, David," I said, my voice hollow. "Sarah knows. Soon, everyone will know." He lost his job. The company had a strict policy against employees with legal issues that impact their reputation. A public scandal was something they couldn't ignore. They had discovered his deception through Sarah's lawyer, who had pressed charges against him. The news spread quickly through our small town. Whispers followed me. Some pitied me, others judged. The quiet aftershock was worse than the initial explosion. Our house felt empty. My future, once so clear, was a vast, uncertain landscape. Update 1. Divorce proceedings are underway. It's messy. The financial implications are significant. I'm focusing on rebuilding my own life, one small step at a time. The house is for sale. Update 2. Sarah and I meet for coffee sometimes. We talk about Lily, about our shared experience. It's a strange, unexpected bond. We are both picking up the pieces, together, apart. The office building stood tall, reflecting the morning sun. I gripped the manila envelope. My heart beat hard against my ribs. David's boss, Mr. Henderson, waited by the elevators. He looked grim. "Maria," he said, his voice low, "thanks for coming." I nodded. "Of course." He led me to a small conference room. Sarah was already there, sitting stiffly. Her face was pale. Lily, her daughter, sat beside her, clutching a teddy bear. She looked confused. I offered a small smile to Sarah. She returned it faintly. Mr. Henderson closed the door. "This is difficult," he began, clearing his throat. "David's actions have consequences." I placed the envelope on the table. He made his choices. Sarah looked at me, her eyes raw. "He said he was at a conference," she whispered, her voice trembling. Lily hugged her tighter. I understood. David had used that same excuse with me. "He always had an excuse," I said, "for everything." Mr. Henderson picked up my evidence, the hotel receipt, the blurred photo of David and Sarah, the legal documents. He skimmed them, his jaw tightening. "David was a trusted employee," he said, sounding disappointed. "This is a serious breach of trust." "It goes deeper than that," I pointed out. "It's about integrity." He looked at Sarah. "We understand your position, Miss Miller," he said, "and yours, Miss Rodriguez." He put the papers down. "We've reviewed everything. David's employment is terminated, effective immediately." Lily looked up. "Daddy's not coming back?" she asked, her voice small. Sarah pulled Lily closer. Tears welled in Sarah's eyes. "No, sweetie," she murmured. "He's not." This was the first public payoff. David's deception was out. His professional life was over. The company had a strong code of conduct. They could not ignore such a scandal. The news would spread quickly through town. I met Sarah for coffee a week later. She looked tired, but there was a new resolve in her eyes. "Lily asks about him," she said, stirring her coffee. "It's hard." "I know," I said. "It will get easier." "We're filing for divorce," she told me. "My lawyer's good." I nodded. We were both navigating a messy legal battle. The financial implications were significant. She looked around the busy cafe. "People stare," she admitted. "They whisper." "Let them," I said. "We didn't do anything wrong." She gave a weak smile. "No," she agreed. "We didn't." We talked about therapy, about rebuilding our lives. The quiet aftershock settled in. My house felt empty without David. My future was a blank canvas. But I wasn't alone. I had Sarah, this unexpected ally. The divorce was finalized 6 months later. It was a long, draining process. But I got my share. I bought a small, new place. It was just mine. The silence was sometimes deafening, but it was my silence, not the silence of a man's lies. One evening, I sat on my new porch. The air was cool. A neighbor walked by. She paused. "Maria," she said softly, "you look well." "I am," I replied. "I'm doing well." She nodded. "I'm glad." That simple exchange meant a lot. It meant judgment was fading, understanding was growing. I still saw Sarah. We often met for lunch. Lily sometimes came with her. Lily would play quietly. Sarah and I would talk. We talked about David less now. We talked about our futures, about starting over. "It still hurts sometimes," Sarah confessed one day. She sighed. "But it's not a fresh wound anymore." "No," I agreed. "It's a scar, a permanent mark, but one that reminded us of our strength." My fear of being alone had been a cage. David's betrayal had shattered it. I was free. I was still Eleanor, just Eleanor, and that was enough. It was more than enough. Update 1. The company David worked for created a new integrity clause in all employee contracts. It specifically addresses marital fraud and its impact on professional conduct. It's publicly acknowledged this new policy was influenced by recent events. It felt like a small, unexpected victory. Update 2. Sarah and I are planning a joint vacation with Lily. To the beach, away from everything. A fresh start. For all of us. How do you rebuild trust when the foundation has crumbled? Share your thoughts on navigating such profound betrayals and finding a path to healing.